There's always going to be a pilot light of energy inside you somewhere that you can turn into a full-blown bonfire, and it's not always going to be positive.
G'day, I'm Marty Smiley, and this is our first episode back of the second series of How Are You? A show brought to you by Kids Helpline. Things are a little bit different in the world right now. I'm coming at you from my bedroom, and we're going to be talking about a topic that Kids Helpline have been getting a lot of calls about. We're talking about depression today. I wanted to invite someone onto our first episode who has an experience of that. Today, that is Campbell Walker, aka Struthless. He draws, and he has a really amazing story of turning his struggles into his creative fuel. How are you going, man?
Yeah, today really good, man.
During this time, there's definitely been probably some times where you weren't feeling like very bouncy. Safe to say it's been a pretty big roller coaster during the pandemic. How have you been going throughout it? Has it impacted your life in any way?
I've personally been fine cosmetically. On the inside, I would say terrible habits coming back. When we were all told to go inside, I noticed that a few bad habits came back, one of which was overuse of social media and the other was alcohol. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to do the math on that. Looking at your phone all day, drinking at night, waking up late, it's just gonna make you feel like shit.
Has this whole period that we're currently going through, have been through, has it changed the kind of art you're making? Have you been more or less creative?
At the start, more. I put out this kind of like 14-day drawing challenge thing, which was kind of cool. I just called it the Isolated Art Challenge, and that made me cringe every time because I don't really like internet challenges, but that sense of cringe was overridden by my desire to connect to people. And then after that, I had, the little death that comes when you finish a project or find some closure in something that you tried on. I sunk into the couch for a little while. My drinking picked up, and yeah, I was quite sad for a little minute.
Has there been ways for you to use what you do as an outlet for you to express certain things?
Yeah, for sure. I would say that's all it is most of the time. So if it feels fun, I'll make it, or if it feels like a real feeling that I'm having, and I know that I, through just a little bit of effort, am able to articulate that feeling and probably make somebody else who is feeling that feel a bit heard, then I'll make it.
On the days you wake up and you think, today's not a day I want to draw, today's not a day I want to make anything, is there another voice in your head? Do you have like a positive Cam or like a superhero Cam or something?
Hang on, I think my darling fiance is about to leave the house, so I'll...
Yeah, bye, babe.
Yeah, Marty says goodbye.
Bye, Marty. Hey.
Bye.
Okay, firstly, trust cliches and common wisdom. You know all those articles that are just like 10 things you need to do right now to make yourself feel happy? And they'll all be like just stuff that you've read before so many times. Go for a walk. And you're like, fuck you. Like, I don't want to go for a walk. And the irony behind all that is if you went for the walk, you'd feel amazing. So I'd say that would be the first tip, would be listen to conventional wisdom and cliches. The second one I would say is there's always going to be a pilot light of energy inside you somewhere that you can turn into a full-blown bonfire, and it's not always going to be positive. So sometimes it will be positive, and sometimes you'll be so connected to your long-term goal of one day owning a mansion with a water slide that anything will feel easy, and that's awesome, and those are the good days. In the middle, you might have something where you just like, if I do this, then I get to watch my favorite show on Netflix, or I get to eat whatever the heck I want for dinner. So there are other days where you've kind of got to bargain with yourself. I put those in the middle. On the rut days, when you have that sadness and that dark energy inside you, I find that you can turn that dark energy into something. So you can either say, well, screw the bullies from high school, I'm gonna stick it to them, and you're like, I'll show you, and you use that negative energy, or you say, what is this awful feeling I'm feeling? Can I turn this into art? So can I make this disgust for myself, shame, this cringe, this embarrassment, this hatred that I'm feeling right now? What if I were to articulate that, and what if that was actually the basis for the thing that I try make today? That would be how I would use the pilot light of energy in my head, regardless of my mood.
Well, mate, thanks heaps for chatting to me today.
Thanks heaps for having me, man. Hopefully it wasn't too honest. I've just been in an honest mood lately, so.
Great. No, that's what our audience wants and deserves.
Yes, deserves. That is a freaking fantastic choice of words.
If you want to find out more information about any of the things we talked about on today's show, you can. Just head to kidshelpline.com.au. If you want to get anything off your chest, or if this conversation brought up anything for you, then reach out on web chat, email, or for any time, any reason. Call 1-800-55-1800. They will pick up the phone at Kids Helpline. Next time, we're going to be talking about another important issue that I think needs to be addressed. It's racism, xenophobia, and the effect it can have on our mental health. I'll see you then.